Hey everyone! You're on Channel D. Today we'll be reviewing the final chapters of Playtime 5 and looking at the game from a different perspective. So, settle in, make yourself a cup of tea, and let's get started. We'll continue with the dollhouse chapter, where Lily will immediately load us with various tasks, then lock herself in her room and simply wait. Wandering through her house, we'll enter the basement, where we'll find our captive friends. And no matter how hard I try to get around this cage, Kishimishi's arm will stretch so far that it can grab you even in the corner of the room. After this scene, we'll continue wandering around the house, carrying out Lily's strange errands, and she'll periodically try to scare us by appearing in the most unexpected places. According to the story, we'll be able to sneak into her room and, by opening the lid of her bed, find a skeleton with a trusty lemon lying next to it. Next to the bed is the quest key. When we take it, Lily will hear it and seemingly start climbing up. But if you zoom in, you'll see that she'll stay put until the player steps on the trigger. Behind the map, you can find this interesting model of her in Tipozy. After getting the key, we'll need to go down to the basement and open the door, but before we can do so, she'll visit us again. When we open the lock, Lily will quickly recognize the moment the prisoners are freed, then turn off the lights and force us to follow a specific route. If we stumble, she'll instantly attack. Removing the black screen reveals that at this moment, she's literally glued to the player's camera. Eventually, she'll snatch us up with her sides, while Kisamishi and Papagut head up to the attic. After playing her games, we'll climb up there ourselves, but it won't last long. We'll be quickly captured and then seated at the table, and it's there that the player will see the prototypes for the first time. But there's a problem. This scene was pre-recorded, and we're essentially just shown a video. While we're watching it, the map changes behind the scenes, transforming into a ruined building. As soon as this location loads, several models of Lily and Poppy appear under Sweet Street, subsequently teleporting from there to the main map. Only the very end of this scene occurs in the game itself, where Poppy and Pussycat run back upstairs to one of the rooms, and the prototype makes it outside. Once everyone has scattered, we have no choice but to run upstairs as well, but then Lily blocks our path. At this point, Lily has a hidden animation, and to activate it, you need to teleport yourself to one of the closed doors. In this case, she'll run up to it and start smashing it. Perhaps the developers originally planned to have several different endings at this point, but apparently ultimately abandoned this idea. Jumping back into the attic, we'll reach the roof and, after a short jump, step on a trigger, where we can finally get rid of the callous Lily. Tay, and this is how you represented me. I managed to find a demo version of Lily's house map in the game. All the walls and floors are untextured, and when spawned, we see poppies and kitties in T-poses. Besides the missing textures, some of the lines are also different. Moonwalk in this location. This map was most likely given to testers to try out. In fact, the game has a huge test map. And if you want to explore it yourself, you'll have the opportunity in a couple of days with the release of map loading updates for our mod, which you can find on my boost. On the way to the train, we'll visit the lab, and as we pass through, we'll often spot a prototype appearing out of the corner of our eye. You can also pick up a golden lemon statue in one of the lab rooms. The location itself looks like this from the outside, and at the very end, the prototype is already waiting for us. Stepping on the trigger will spawn Haggy and T-pose above us and immediately give us a slap, after which the chase begins. During this chase, I decided to explore the other side of the location, and out of the corner of my eye noticed that Haggy stopped at some point and was simply waving his arms in different directions. Moving towards the train, at the very end, we encounter Haggy and Kisamishi, perhaps one of the most interesting encounters in this game. After the scene, I decided to return to this place, but, alas, I couldn't interact with them in any way. But if you run back and hit the plot trigger again, Kisamishi will suddenly come back to life. It's a shame, of course, to lose this pair, but somehow I'm sure one of them will appear again in the future. Now, let's get back to the battle with the prototype. As soon as we run into the train, it will climb the wall without any animation, then perform a sideways somersault and jump onto the train. Inside the train, we'll be attacked by the prototype's claws, but if you watch from the outside, there's no one outside. After activating these two levers, the prototype and its train will move backwards. The train itself will teleport off map, and the prototype will quickly catch up with our train. But we won't give it a break. After a good shock, we'll drop red barrels on it. At the very end, we won't stop either and send it careening toward the wall, along with the entire train. Unfortunately, the train will abruptly stop off screen, and we won't see any epic explosion or tunnel collapse. Instead, we'll be transported to a neighboring location, which will already be destroyed. Among the wreckage, we'll find one battered prototype, and just below, another one, already waiting in the T-pose. In the final scene, he finally catches up with the player, impales them, and then throws them into a barrel filled with some kind of liquid. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything particularly interesting in the final area. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.